Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode. Gosh, I haven't been on here for a few weeks now. I think 2 or 3. After the last episode, I got so unwell. I was so sick. I ended up having like this awful throat sore thing and like fevers and all sorts. So that lasted for like 10 days and it was bloody awful. And I'm still like on antibiotics trying to get rid of it. So it's been like a couple of weeks. But in between Boxing Day, Christmas, Boxing Day, I decided I was feeling all right. I had a couple of days where I was like, the throat isn't that sore. I decided to have a few drinks and whatnot. And that definitely did not help at all. So I sort of just went straight back to feeling unwell. So yeah, hopefully this antibiotics kills whatever it is and then I can feel 100% going into the new year. What has everyone been up to? What has everyone been doing? How was your Christmas? I think the last time I spoke to you all, I was feeling a bit melancholy, feeling a bit sad. Literally had no time for sadness with that sickness. I was just, unwell in bed. And once I started to feel better a little bit, I was definitely like, I'm never taking my health for granted again. I feel right as rain, happy days. So yeah, but it was good. Christmas was nice. It was kind of, Christmas is a weird day. It's not there's just so much happening. There's so much expectation to, see family and friends and, make sure you cook all the food and that stuff. So it can be a bit like a stressful day, I feel like. But I'm quite lucky that it was just me, my brother and a friend. And yeah, it just ended up being quite a nice, relaxed day, to be honest. Not as hectic as previous Christmases. And look, honestly, they're actually all right, I guess, with all your family and stuff. But I think the idea of it for a few years now has just been like overwhelming. So it was really, really chill. And I wasn't feeling it in the morning, Christmas morning. I think we all woke up quite late. We didn't do presents or anything because we're grown-ups. And just started to get on the beers at like 11. And we all just had a drinking session, then had roast dinner, which was actually kind of nice. I didn't do an Aussie Christmas, no seafood or salads. It was very traditional, very English, which actually was quite nice. I haven't had a really good roast dinner in such a long time. I was actually so stressed I was going to fuck up the chicken. Like, that was my thing. I was like, if that is dry, then put me in the bin. But it was really, really yummy. So that was good. And Boxing Day, again, super relaxing, very, very nice. We all went out and had drinks and it was just absolute carnage. I feel like just absolute carnage. We ended up drinking all day, coming into the night, and tried my first ever shroom experience. First time I've tried mushrooms and I was off my fucking head. And that was wild. Probably did a little too much, to be honest. But that's okay. Next time, if I do it, I'll do like a smaller one. But I was in my feels. Like, we were all on different levels. I think the boys were very much like, had the decks out, party. And I was like, in the corner like, oh my God. So that was, you have to have your setting right, I think. I was ready for deep and meaningfuls and the boys were not. But yeah, it was an interesting night. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. It's just been really, really chill. I love a new year. It's the one holiday I don't get super pessimistic about. I feel like there is nothing better than going into something feeling fresh and feeling like you can smash goals and have like something to look forward to. I think that's important for a lot of people. So, yeah, I feel like it's almost here. It's tomorrow, and it's just exciting. 2025, whatever that may bring, I think it's just going to be marvelous. I have really, really high expectations and hopes for it, especially after this year. I feel like I went through such a stagnant time for a few months of just not doing anything but knowing something needed to be done, while also just being okay with that. It's really like when nothing's happening in your life and you're just there and you know you have goals or you want to achieve something, just being okay with that not happening straight away is really difficult because you feel like you're just not moving. But it was really, really important to me to just be like, enjoy these small moments, enjoy the silence, enjoy the people that you work with right now because they won't be there forever. As in, like, I eventually want to move on. You know, just all those little minute details of life. Instead of looking to the future as much, and I obviously think about that, I just wanted to immerse myself in Rebecca right now and where she's at. So that was quite nice. And I spent a really long amount of time doing that. You know, I had a lot of people ask me, oh, what are you doing? Are you going to go traveling? Are you doing this? And I'm just like, I felt like I was being disappointing because I was like, I have nothing on the cards at the moment. It's just, I'm just enjoying being, essentially. Because the year before that was bloody, fucking hell, that was hard. That was a really tough year mentally, just felt like I was going through the wars. So yeah, and I love that we can look back and look at photos on our phone and see where we were and what we were doing. We're spoiled, absolutely spoiled for memories and being able to document these things. So it's nice to see what I was doing. And photos are great because they can transport you to how you felt at that time. So I think this time last year, I literally bought all of my equipment for the pod and I set it up at home. Like I was running around like a frantic person before like New Year's Day. And I didn't even start until September, which is hysterical. But anyway, I was running around buying all of the equipment and I was just so invested in the idea. I was like, no, you need to make a change. You need to do it. You've been talking about it for ages. Just do it. And yeah, and in that moment, I can remember how I felt at that time, how determined I felt to make a change. And yeah, like doing it now is so exciting. Like a year later, I'm on this will be my 10th episode, and it's not heaps, but I'm glad I finally did it and took that plunge. And I have lots of bloody goals for it next year and the year after that and the year after that. So the only way is upwards, right? The podcast has taught me a lot of things, but it's like, you just have to try one thing and it's not going to be excellent. And that's okay because you're just learning and trying. Like, I don't have a mentor or anyone to go off of. I don't have like somebody that I can call up and say, oh, should I do this? Or, you know, I do this by myself and I'm winging it. I'm just speaking to you and hoping you'll listen and enjoy. But yeah, I think we have this idea of how things are going to go in our head and it's not always true, and we can talk ourselves out of things a lot of the time and say, oh no, we couldn't do that. It's the one thing that I hate. I don't think can't is not there. There is no such thing. It's will not. I won't do that. It's because you can do it. Everyone can do anything they want. It just takes a bit of discipline, a bit of focus, and, you know, you've just got to sort of reject that fear or push through the fear, to be honest. You know, it might still be there, but what's the worst that can happen? That's always my thing. It's what's the worst that can happen? I don't want to get to the end of my life thinking, shit, should have done that, you know, and having all those regrets on the things that I didn't say or, you know, didn't try. At least try. So yes, this is super exciting. And I have a lot of things that I want to finish in 25. Can you believe it's going to be 2025? That just blows my mind. A lot of things that I want to finish. So I started writing a novel. I don't know if I've spoken about this, but yes, I would love to finish that. I think I have spoken about this. I've been working on it prior to getting sick. Every day I was just working on it and, maximizing the chapters. And that was just a lot of fun. I enjoy stories and creating stories and characters and whatnot. So, yeah, that is a goal of mine, to really, really push on through with that. Because that can be quite difficult as well. Like, again, I don't know any writers. I'm literally just going off of whatever I've read and my imagination and my vocabulary and everything like that. And I'm just putting it all together and hoping that it's enjoyable. But there are so many people that they don't go through publishers or anything like that. They self-publish, which is incredible. I love that people, do that for themselves. So, so that's one goal. Invest in my fitness. That's another one. Be a strong gal. That's just being strong is important to me. And I think it should be important for everyone. Health is you should be able to have a bit of fun, but health is number one, especially as I'm getting older and I want to be a mum one day. And I want to make sure that when that time comes, that I'm the healthiest version of myself, not just a few months prior to the idea, just for, a significant amount of time. So, and it's really good for your mental health as well. It makes me feel 10 times better going for a run or lifting some weights, even though it hurts my bloody ass and my legs. It's good for you. Really, really good for you. So I think that's it. Just creative things, music things. I got the drums and all of that stuff, which I told you about. So it's just about trying everything, which has been so much fun. I'm enjoying life at the moment. Despite my sad moments and how I feel on some days, I do genuinely feel excited and happy about life. It's a gift, truly a gift. And the fact that I get to be here and, have all the friends that I do and be able to try all of these things I'm very lucky. I really am. Live in a very special part of the world. I'm very spoilt in that sense and privileged. So make the most of it, I'll say. Make the most of it. I know I said to you a few episodes ago that I was going to watch Gladiator 2. I still haven't done it yet. Sorry. That is on Prime now, though. So I'm going to do a marathon, I think. I want to do Gladiator 2. I want to do Deer Hunter. I've been thinking about that for a while. That's one I haven't watched ever. And Platoon. I've never seen Platoon. So I think I want to have a nice movie. When do I not, though? When do I not want to watch a bloody film? Honestly, if there's a world record for film watching, it goes to me. I just spend so much time watching films. I watched Quentin Tarantino on Joe Rogan. And oh my God, I'm just obsessed with him. I think he's just the coolest man ever. And just so unique. His vision for his films is just chef's kiss. Absolutely stunning. He's such a dork. And I love that he's so immersed into his own, immersed in film. Every detail of his movies is so uniquely him. And he's one of the greatest of all times. 1000%. I love that man. Idolize that quirky man. I actually thought it would be a cool idea to do a pod or something movie review related, just because I'm such a little nerd about it. I thought, oh, that could be fun. So, yeah. Let's not bite off more than we can chew. I feel like that's just Rebecca's MO. Biting off more than we can chew. What is everyone else's New Year's resolutions? What is everyone going to do? Do you believe in it? Or do you try? Do you make the attempt? Like, I know some people can be quite, it's just another day, pessimistic or whatever, but I think it's good to have. Write down your goals and whatnot and try. Yeah, so important. I did want to say something to you all and I've completely forgotten. This is what is everyone doing tonight? Is everyone going out and going fireworks, drinking with friends, or I know I am all dressed up, nowhere to go. That's the story of my life, honestly. It's just going to be me and me and me. I will chill and wake up nice and fresh and seize the day. January 1st. I've got my sister's birthday on the 3rd of Jan and Matt's birthday on the 3rd as well. So that'll be a nice day. Just reminisce a little bit and just another day. Take some time to be still and think back. It's funny, you can never predict how you're going to feel on those type of days. You just feel how you feel. Right now I feel good and happy and excited, but I might feel a little bit different on the day. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I was going to say there's something so nice about my friend flew up from Sydney to be here for Christmas with us, and there's something so nice about knowing someone for such a long time. Like, we've known each other since we were 15, 16 years old. And it's just incredible. Like, that bond that you have it's a different type of friendship to the ones that you make when you're older. It's like you do so much stupid shit when you're young. Your threshold for bullshit is just so low. You just see all of that young angst, feral, and all of that, and you just reminisce on it and you reflect on it and you're able to talk about the people that you grew up with. And it's interesting just to see where everyone's at. Those people that were in your life like 24/7 essentially, you were in each other's pockets. I think from 15 to 19 maybe, we were all of us together constantly, in each other's houses and drinking or, just doing partying, everything. And it's, it's a special type of bond. Very, very different to the ones when you're older. I feel like you're a bit more cautious of who you're willing to let into your life, and, maybe your values are a little bit different. But that sort of goes out the window with the people you knew when you were younger. It's like, because you don't really think about those things and you just sort of like them for them. Like, you want to be a part of a group when you're young and be a part of something. So when you meet them, it's like, we've had all of these memories, all of this time spent together. Those bonds just don't, they don't go away. So it was really, really special being able to hang out and just catch up and reminisce on life and seeing how much we've changed over the course of our lives, because it's been 15 years, which is madness, and we haven't actually seen each other for 9. So that's really, really, it's really nice to see. I do miss people from England. I wish it wasn't so far away sometimes. Like, my home is here in Australia, and I really don't think I'll ever go back home. But I do miss, some friends and family. And it's such a shame that I don't get to see them as much. Especially now that a lot of my friends have kids. And family has kids, I won't get to see them grow up, which is, what are you going to do? It's sort of a sacrifice that you make when you make the choice to move away from home. I don't even know. That's sort of like ingrained in me to say home. It's not really my home anymore. This is my home. Been here for 10 years. And speaking of home, I got an email from immigration and they want me to do my citizenship in Jan. So that is so exciting for me. I cannot wait to be a citizen of Australia. God, that just seems wild. That was not my plan or my idea when I came over here. Like, I had a set plan of what I wanted to do and it just went completely tipped it on its head. But so grateful that I'll be able to have an Australian passport and be able to vote and, just be able to live here for the rest of my life. How incredible. How incredible. Have 2 passports. Just a very lucky duck. I feel like that will be one of the things that Matt he was so excited about me becoming like a permanent resident and stuff like that. He would be absolutely buzzing about that. So that's going to be a really, really special day for me. And I really, really can't wait. I'm intrigued to see the questions. I've done like a little questionnaire online before and it's all really obscure Australian, what is the animal on the crest of this and who was the president or prime minister of this, and like lots of questions that I know a lot of Aussies wouldn't know anyway. So yes, interesting. I'm excited. Very, very excited. I kind of wish I could have a beer and open up a beverage and cheers everyone. But I'm on antibiotics and I shouldn't. I did have a cheeky beer yesterday, I'm not going to lie. I caught up with some girlfriends and I was like, I'm going to have a non-alcoholic. I'll have a non-alcoholic wine because I'm going to be good. And also I'm on antibiotics. And that didn't last long. Ended up having a beer. God, I love a beer. You can't go out and not have a beer. But yes, I definitely shouldn't. It's not good for my throat. I just want to feel better. Oh, nothing worse than being unwell. I swear to Christ. Oh, I'm actually very excited for this to be all wrapped up. I'm ready for everything to be settled down and everyone to be back in their routines. It's just so busy out. I know it's summer holidays as well. Bloody summer holidays. Summer holidays. People are off work for a while. It's just busy. I went to the beach front of where I live and it was just jam packed with families and people. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, it's lovely to see everyone together, but also very overwhelmed. Very, very overwhelmed. I like quiet. I finally got my house back to myself. The first day where I've had silence, like no one in my home since maybe the 19th. And I am absolutely here for it. I really value being alone and my alone time. It's important for me to be able to decompress and just think about, I don't know, anything and everything. Today I've literally just listened to hours of music and sat, and it's been really nice, and I've cleaned my house, which has been needed. It's a nice fresh home. But yeah, no, it's important for me to be able to just have some quiet time. I think we all need it. I don't constantly need to be see people, especially when they're not giving me anything. That sounds a bit harsh sometimes, but I need that stimulation. I need interesting conversation, or what I deem interesting conversation. And I guess that sounds quite mean, but yeah, I can't do the meaningless, boring conversation. I need something a little bit more. So yeah, and when there's new people as well around, and you have to meet them and then introduce yourself and can be a bit like, exhausting. So yeah, I'm grateful for this quiet time. I'm going to immerse myself in it and enjoy what it is to be quiet. And well, I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to finally be back speaking to you all, and I'm so excited to continue this on and be talking with you every week just about everything and life. I really all hope you had a wonderful Christmas and New Year, and I hope you write down some goals and some things that you want to do, because it's really important for you all to know that you can do absolutely anything you want. There are no rules for this life. You make the rules. And if there's something you want to do, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. 100%. If you keep giving yourself excuses, that's all you'll find. So just be honest with yourself about what it is that you want, or what it is you want, who you want to be, and how you want to walk in this life. Whatever it is, it doesn't have to be a material thing or, something to do with success. You might want to change a little bit about yourself, your character. You might want to love a little bit more, or be a bit more, say no to people, be a bit more strong, whatever it is. There is plenty of knowledge out there, so many books and podcasts, and I believe in you, and you should believe in you too. I hope you all have a wonderful New Year's Eve, and I'll speak to you next week. Lots of love.